Hey Aries, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. If I don't catch your vibe or your wave on this one, check the other ones. And all my cards are pre-shuffled. I thought I was pre-shuffling because it's loud and boring, but it turns out I'm also pre-shuffling because I cannot shuffle and talk at the same time. So we're going to start with an intuitive vibe with this Oracle Mystical Moments. We got one popping out right there. All right, Aries. What else do we have here? An accurate message for Aries. An accurate message. What does Aries need to hear this week? No, this week. And when I say this week, I mean whatever week or general time frame from the time this finds you to from when you see this. So, all right, you have Liberty here. This is my favorite dress. There's a past situation, and you are on the threshold of freedom here, of total freedom. The door is actually already open. You're just having difficulty acknowledging it and seeing it and accepting that the door is open. You know, it's a little bit of Shawshank here. You're like, the prison now is just your mind. This door is completely open. So there's some sort of past that you've been dealing with and it is free. It just needs to take that leap. It's right on the threshold of taking that leap into freedom. But it's requiring a lot of self-reflection, a lot of maybe paradigm shifting and seeing things in a new way. And you are free. You just have to come to some sort of you just have to go through some sort of process here to understand that you're free, or that this thing is about to be freed. Maybe you're in the dress and you have a caged thing that can be free now. It just needs to take a step here. So all the action though needs to happen with this dove, with this peace. Maybe you're free to be at peace now. And you're just kind of going through a process here of understanding that that you are free to be at peace. And you've thought about this for a long time. You've wanted this for a very long time. And this is a long way home. So you've pulled up anchor. You've pulled up anchor. You have another, you're being accompanied by another balloon that is also pulled up anchor. You have a little caravan of love here. You're taking your memories with you. You have a protector with you. You have loyalty here. But you've committed to a whole new process, to a whole new life. And you've pulled up anchor and you don't know where this is taking you. Your action is complete, the pulling up anchor here, building this home in the sky. You have this all completed here, and now it's time for fate and destiny to sort of do its thing and move you forward. So I feel like, you know, whatever was imprisoning you or however you felt imprisoned, you have freed yourself, and both of these are just a waiting vibe. This is waiting for this mind of this dove to wrap itself around the idea that it's free. And this is waiting for the winds of change to come and move you and your companion to a new land, a new place. I mean, because look, you've pulled up all the anchors. You've pulled up anchor completely. Your home is here, everything. Your pet elephant is here, coming with you. You've pulled up everything. So you've pulled up, well, maybe not everything. I wouldn't expect everybody to have like packed all their stuff in a moving van this weekend. But, you know, there is a sense, that's the feeling of, you know, you've packed up everything and you're heading into a new direction. So completely, and you're just waiting on the winds of change to take you there, but you've already made the commitment to going there. All right, so we're going to go to our Moonology deck and see what Moonology has for Aries this week, whenever you find this. All right, we've got 2. We've got 3. Surprise. All right, don't let your past hold you back. So, I mean, I think this is this card right here. You know, make sure your mind is as free as the situation is free. You need to make sure your mind is free. So don't let the past hold you back. South Node. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. So this is understanding that you do have what it takes. You are good enough. You are good enough to leave this. You can leave this. Everything's been prepared. You have that ability, and look at this. You do have this. Everything you need here. You are good enough. You have enough. You are worthy of this freedom, and you're worthy of this new home that you're going to. And energy is gaining momentum. So I really like that with this one, especially since they sort of in the same palette there. Energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So growing, building. This is, you've already made the commitment, and this is saying that wind is coming, the energy is gaining momentum. So let's now move to the Santa Muerte tarot deck. Again, these have been thoroughly shuffled. I just do a little nervous shuffle before I lay it out. What do we have for Aries? Aries, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Whew, yes, pulling up anchor, making a commitment. We have in your recent past an Ace of Wands. So intuitive action, inspired action, creative action. You planted, you've had some, it wasn't easy. There are some inner demons here. It happened very quickly. You planted in a swamp. I mean, there is so much growth around you that the promise is very clear of where you've planted yourself. You've planted yourself in extremely fertile soil, and all you have is the reflection of the moon. You don't actually have a sun here. You don't know where the light is coming from, and you have to grow in that direction, but you don't actually have the sun. You're growing by moonlight. You've sprouted by moonlight. This is pure intuition. This is pulling up anchor without knowing which way the wind is blowing yet. This is an intuitive decision was made in your recent past. In your present situation, you have the Six of Wands. You have some public recognition happening right now. You've done some great things. There's a lot of unsettled energy, but it's all about praise. It's about being recognized for what you've done. Maybe this intuitive move, maybe some hard work, but you do have some recognition here telling you that you are good enough, and you have accomplished something here, and you're being praised for it. So that's pretty awesome. It's parade energy, could also be protest energy. So this is parade energy, and it's going on in your life right now. Is this sort of and you being praised? Other people like to do that. I mean, a parade is where there are two parties of every parade. Every parade necessitates two parties. There's the party that's walking by, the school band, the kids that have, worked all year on their instruments, and the cheerleaders that have their routines, and the flag, and the flag girls, and the floats, and your local princesses, and all of that. So these are the people that are being lauded. But the other part of a parade is always the people watching the parade, and they enjoy the parade. And I love a parade. In fact, my college thesis was largely on parades. I like them so much. So it's this really beautiful energy of where both parts of the equation are getting something out of it. So, if you're being praised, don't feel bad about it, because people like that. They've gone to the parade just to see it, they like this. This is part of what they enjoy. So don't feel ashamed or embarrassed, oh, I'm getting all the attention. People like to do that. I mean, we go to parades, we line the streets. In my town, you have to get there an hour, 2 hours early in order to get curbside. So, people like it. So don't be embarrassed about being praised, because people like to praise, and it's good for both sides of that equation. In your inner landscape, you're feeling like you're just plodding. You might be doing a lot of work. You might be just putting one foot in front of the other, just not really able to see, not having a strong vision anymore. This is the hard work. This is Five of Pentacles. This is just hard work of moving forward step by step, and not really being able to see much more. The ground underneath you maybe has been a little unsteady, uncomfortable, and difficult. but you are just putting one foot in front of the other right now. And that's how you're feeling inside, is a little bit of drudgery, a little bit of too much work, a little bit of like hiking. This hike is kind of exhausting, but you have to keep going. At issue, we have this Ten of Swords. So we have a Ten of Swords is supposed to be the end of a mentally stressful, painful situation, and it's not. You haven't reached the end of a mentally stressful, strenuous, painful situation. You don't have that ending yet. You want it, you think it should be here, you've been plodding along. I mean, obviously these two go together. You're plodding along step by step in sort of uncertain territory, uncertain ground. It's a lot of hard work, and this is saying, yeah, this is a lot of hard work and it's not over yet. You still have a ways to go. This cycle isn't ending yet. It's you are hopeful that you're at maximum capacity, and you are at maximum capacity, but you have to sustain this for a little bit longer. And then in your environment, we have this lovely Six of Swords card, which has a similar vibe to this one of pulling up anchor and moving on to a new life. This is the Six of Swords. This is leaving the war-torn land, leaving with your refugees in the boat. This is a protected journey. You have a ferry captain. You're going across some open water that can be a little dangerous. There's a storm out there, but the new place you're going to is sunnier and is better. So your whole environment, everything around you is about people, everybody being ready for an improvement, everybody being ready for self-improvement, everybody being ready to be safe, wanting to be safe, wanting to be in a better land, in a better place. So this is your environment is this, like, everything around you is about this launching off and leaving a painful place and this launching. So your whole environment is about this. You're still on that shore, and this is just the first stroke away from the shore. The ferry captain is taking. And there are all these wounded. There's a lot of wounded on this boat, and so everything around you is about taking a step towards a healing place, taking this step to leave this cage, to leave this limitation. Energy is gaining momentum. That first step has been taken. So in all of these, I'm seeing very consistently that the first step has been taken. The cage door has been opened. The anchor has been pulled up. You've launched. You've planted intuitively. And now the energy is gaining momentum. Now that we have that initial first step, and then that's what I'm seeing in this to-do list, the world. So this, you've made an initial first step in all of these. You've made the first step in this new intuitive direction. And everything around you is here to support that, and this wind is going to start to come in. The energy is gaining momentum. This is the World card. This is the things in the world changing. There's a season for everything. So this is your to-do list, and I think your to-do list is to accept the movement, is to accept that the world is changing. And I find it really interesting that this is in your to-do list, actually, because, like, hold on. Because the world, this is all about just the seasons change, and spring turns to summer, and the world just keeps moving. And what do you do in that as the world changes and the world moves? This is protected. I think this is talking about your time is going to come. So I think you need some patience, and you need some acceptance that this wind is going to pick up. You are gaining momentum. The seasons of your life are changing, and I think that you just need to accept that and be part of that and surrender to that. Don't let your past hold you back. Allow these changes. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't stop the change that's happening to you. Don't stop it. Don't try to, it's turning. The world is turning. Your world is turning. Don't try to stop it. Allow your mind to change. Allow these epiphanies to come in and these paradigm changes to come in. Allow the wind to come in. Don't let These past decisions or past things hold you back because you are planted in very fertile soil. You're doing a lot of hard work. And this world turning, this wind coming in is here to usher you up to the next level and help you. You're going to have the wind at your back here for a little bit. So don't fight it, I think is what it's saying. This cycle wants to end. This painful cycle wants to end. Don't fight it. And then your possible outcome is this 10 of Pentacles. So this is another, this is saying that you're not completing a cycle of painful cycle is not completing. And this 10 of Pentacles is here to say the outcome is that the painful cycle does complete. That you do leave this dilapidated past, you do leave it behind. This is exactly what this card is leaving the past behind. The 10 of Pentacles, you have a village here that is totally dilapidated. There is nothing left there. You have these feet as part of the butterfly, as part of this transformation process, which means moving on, moving forward, finding a new place to live, finding a new place to put the ground under your feet. New ground needs to be found because this place has outlived its usefulness. You have no more here. There's nothing more for you here. There's a treasure chest, so take the treasure. You've collected, you've farmed this land, you farmed the shit out of this land, and it's time to find new land. Let this land lie fallow. Take the riches, take your rewards from all the work that you've done and move on. There's so much moving forward, moving on energy here. It's so consistent that you've made a commitment, you've made a decision, you've started something, and you've done some initial work on it, and you need to let the changes come in, let the changes happen. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't pretend that this cage still exists when it doesn't, when you're actually free now. So this is a lot of closing out one chapter and beginning a new chapter. And just understand that you've worked for that and you're worthy of closing out this painful chapter and allowing the winds at your back for a while, because you've made a big commitment, you've made a big change, and allow the winds to come and help you and allow the world to help you on this journey. All right, Aries. Well, that was an exciting and I just talked really fast through all of that, but it is so fascinating. It's such an exciting and interesting read to me. Just about closing out painful chapters. I mean, closing out painful chapters here. Don't let your past hold you back. Closing out a painful chapter. You've made a commitment. You're moving forward. Let the world help you. Let the world carry you for a bit because you've worked really hard and you're very exhausted. So you're good enough. Allow the help and allow the assistance that's coming to you to move you forward. All right, Aries. So I hope that was helpful for you. And I really appreciate all your likes, subscribes, and comments and shares because it's encouraging for me, but also it helps these messages find more people that they could possibly help. So that's really cool. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.